Yes, welcome to a new video where I'm going to record my sessions so I can later look back at it, reflect on it, and learn from it. Today is Wednesday, and we have a no news Wednesday. If you look at the daily, let's start there on the high time frames. Yesterday we had a pretty large day, more than 1,000 handles. We just managed to close inside of this suspension block, but it already closed inside the lower half and below this old new week opening gap. So that's already a sign that you don't want to see. We just took previous day low. Okay, so yeah, this is the RTH yesterday with a large RTH. And we couldn't get towards the CE, and we just kind of like meandered around. If you look here, it's not a good direction. Instead of a large consolidation, we're now just able to take the sell side. And the mark was there, so let's go quickly over. So yeah, we have a lot of sell side. Previous day low here, we just took previous day low, and we now already see displacement going higher. And look at this. What's this? This is too beautiful for my liking. Even if we were going to go towards lower this 1 hour gap, that's like kind of like the max where I want to say if you trade here, I would be done for the day and not try to target any lower. With S&T here on the lows, we went higher, higher, higher. Engineered on the all-time highs. We're gonna revisit those, but maybe not for now. With this 1 hour gap, that's below this low, so that's how far it can go. Look at 4 hour, there's also a little gap here, so it's good. It's a good target if you're gonna go lower. So our bias is a little bit neutral. I like the idea of still wanting to see higher, but it's something that I want to see. And maybe if I just look at it with logic, it's not the perfect conditions for higher because we closed in lower portion, as I said, below here. That old new recovery gap. So that's something you don't want to see. Let's quickly go over to dollar because dollar has been going up and up and up, as you see today as well. And we're about to trade inside of this monthly gap. A bullish dollar means that prices, that lower prices on the futures market is more probable. So yeah, more easy. So midnight is here. We've been trading money on and around. Right now in pre-session we started to move lower, taking previous day low, while still having like a lot of equal lows, right? So you have a gap here, and you have clean highs. Yes, it's kind of like the same as NQ, a little bit more ugly as you see. A lot of range, kind of in the middle here, opened up, traded down towards a little bit of sell side. This is 1 hour gap as well on the NQ. With the buy side here. Okay, so ES made another high, while NQ did not. This is too clean here. If you look at the RTH, what they would do, we trade people going higher above these highs, taking them out, taking people out on the sell side here. And now we are trading maybe in the real direction, going towards this buy side here on the CE of the suspension block. So probably gonna trade inside of this gap. Do I want to enter on inside of this gap is the question. We could be in some sort of stage here where we're gonna manipulate first and then go lower again, or we're gonna manipulate right now and go and make that reversal. Okay, so now traded inside this gap. Do I want to enter this gap? That's the question. Do I want to enter inside of this gap? No. Why? Because there's now an SMT. I think the lows on ES are a little bit too clean. I think we still are able to go lower. But yeah, you will also have bias, of course. So you have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more, okay, what do I want to do? And I don't specifically have said, okay, I want to enter on inside of this gap. So I'm not going to do it because then it would be impulsive. So that's good that I didn't want long here. That's something that I did really good. Because it's training wise not a bad shout, you know? By looking at the chart, it's not a bad shout that long. Because it is a model, but just that out of the experience that I have, maybe I'm gonna wait a little bit more. Yeah, so whenever it's like this, I'm just kind of like waiting, and probably those times of like the 10:20, 10:30, those are the times that I want to say, okay, I want to see something could happen in that time, and it's kind of what I'm looking forward on a close macro as well, of course. So yes, also taking yes, it's a little bit behind with the targets. You know, as I said, yes, it's a little bit even more crazy with the consolidation. You have also a bullish gap here that could be reclaimed. Okay, so we have the sell side still here. Am I interested in some sort of long right here? So it's gonna be 10:30, so that's gonna be interesting. Beautiful buy side. Could we now win for the buy side? Yes. And good engineer here, yeah. Of course, good. Okay, so we now have an inefficient entry drill. We want to see it stay out of the lower portion if we are gonna really reverse here. If higher, we want to see this as a weakened gap, and we want to see this as an inversion. Now see trades above the reclaimed. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one here at the reclaimed. It's not the best feel, but it's fine. So the proportion of this reclaimed, it's 10:30. But I think it's just gonna engineer here, and maybe for later, for tomorrow or another day, you're gonna go there. But I'm simply bullish for now, thinking okay, we did a lot of damage on the side. We did one take sell side, take sell side, take sell side. We took it 3 times. I have a lot of buy side above us. I think the time right now it's a good time to now start something. 3 minute balance price. Do we want to see it go there? No. We did enough damage on the lower side. I don't think we should go there. So if we trade above this value gap, I'm gonna add one more, and then I'm gonna move my stop tighter, and we see if we can deliver. Then we can also take a partial. But my second one with my stop here, we could leave this as a breakaway. That could happen. That would be perfect. So that's why I already bought on the inversion here. But it could be a breakaway, possible breakaway. Where we're gonna take the partial, we're gonna break even here. Why? Because it's 50% of the move, and if we are doing 50% of the move, I don't want to go, and I shouldn't be taking a loss. I'll probably take a partial here. I like how we're closing bodies there. I'm just removing every drawing, so I'm not gonna go crazy with my head right here. A good gap here, also aligning with that suspension block low. Yes, looking for this buy side here, and then maybe for this buy side later. But this buy side is the first one, and I think I should be content with that because we are in a range, with the bias also being not the best. Yeah, so let's say I'm not going to talk bad about my setup because I still believe right now it still indicates to me bullishness, but it just did some things that I don't really like to see, and is spending a lot of time inside of this gap, not going with speed for this high. So yeah, those are things that of course you don't want to really see, you know. So then you're gonna question a little bit inside of your thing. Okay, we may want to be wrong. We may want to go lower, and you kind of I try to like prepare for it, so that I'm not gonna go impulsive and do stupid things. Okay, now we have to do it second time. Speed for here. I need to see speed. So okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm about to go put my stop break even. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so when I was in this trade, I was kind of like doubting. Maybe we are spending a lot of time here, but as I said, I'm not. I wasn't really saying, okay, I think it's gonna go lower right now. I still think it's gonna go higher, but I already was preparing for if I take a loss, I should be careful. Marco here as well. The thing what that I wouldn't say struggling, but what I'm thinking of right now is, oh, what if this profits goes also when go to my break even, and then I missed like 200 bucks here, 250. Shouldn't I just close it? And I think that's a bad thing that I have. I'm uncomfortable with seeing it go in my direction and then going to my stop break even. I have a fear of that. I don't know what it is. Just by looking at the profit. So what I may want to do is just do this and yeah, just do something like this or do it on ticks. It makes it less like mental for me maybe. So I'm just gonna maybe keep this in my trading because I think it's impacting me a lot to see. I'm looking at the profit. I'm looking at the profit, but I simply look at the chart. Like why look at the profits? Because simply look at the chart. That sometimes gets like the best of me, you know. Yes, is real close towards our target. Actually took the profits, and yes, taking out the buy side above there. So yeah, it's done. I did good with the management there, while not stressing that I'm seeing a retracement going below that fair gap. No worries. I just went out on that buy side because ES took that buy side. So yeah, that will be it for today. I hope you all did make some profit. Have a great day. Yeah, appreciate you all for watching, and that will be it for today. Till tomorrow. Peace out. Peace out.